Hello everybody, Max Farrow again here with the DEX Daily Signal and choking up using the MT4 and support and resistance from our friends over at DEXindicators.net. This is the last video in this series of the choke up. So I'm very excited because it'll sort of combine a little bit of everything, okay? So we'll show you the support and resistance, but I'm also going to show you a little bit of variant at the end on how to use it all together, which is amazing. Sorry, let's get started. All right, so in the last couple ones, we showed you how to use a spreadsheet. We use web-based charts. And this one, I'm going to get a little bit more serious with those that are using the software and other things to download. Using the MT4 with support and resistance. This is where you head over to DEXindicators.net and get a free account to get the support and resistance indicator, of course. You can also learn in there how to install and use the network for MT4 MetaTrader with our series called MetaTrader 4 for absolutely free. We want you to be able to use this stuff, even if you're a DEX Signals member, absolutely free to use this process if you're not using the web-based chart. So consider it as a present from us over here at DEX. So here we go. This is the website for DEX Indicators. My little ugly mug on front. You just go and click on join and you would get everything started to get to this point. Okay, and this is where you have either if you signed up for as a member and you bought the system, great. Because one of the things you can do is use our version of the MACD. If not, you can simply just come over here and click on the MACD or do insert, go to indicators, go to oscillators, and there's the MACD version. Straight out of the box, just click OK and it'll add it right to it, okay? So that's the plain Jane version of the indicator, right? Of the MACD version. And here's ours, which we've kind of boosted it up and put some other things on, some very powerful stuff to use. So keep that in mind, okay? There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here, on the previous video, we had you in the Euro USD on the sell at 1.0820, and we jumped up 2 pips or 2 pip deviations and statement deviations to get where we were at. And if we jump back over, we can kind of see that it's probably hurting a little bit, right? We're pretty close. We're at 0.780, right? Now, when we looked at the price, and excuse me, I'm using the charts over from our family at DEX Trader, but it's the same signal, okay? So I'm just showing you that here. But we use this process here at 0820 to emulate the fact that we wanted to choke into the process. So if we head over to Nadex again, there wasn't one available that was a good price 0820. There wasn't something good for the sell. But we use the web-based charts and the spreadsheet to kind of look at, hey, there's a possibility for us to choke in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use the spread, and basically it's the same thing what we're doing here, right? Now remember, we're using the DEX support and resistance indicator, which the red lines mean a very high probability of becoming support or resistance from that point. And you can kind of see even down here that this support line that we didn't see in the web-based chart is actually acting as a support line right now. So as you see, it's starting to come back up again, and we're getting some divergence that's happening with the estimated moving average as well as the average and the actual and the average, right? So the moving average. So these things are happening in a little bit of a divergence. Now they're starting to go back into convergence again. So this might get pierced, but it's probably going to mess around. We only have about 45 minutes left on the trade, but who knows where this is going to be. Again, high risk trade, right? If we came up 1 deviation from 0820 to 0800 and we actually got it, we would be doing pretty good at that point. Now, that's something else too to keep in mind. If we would have gotten into the trade earlier, okay, and done all this, we'd be right around in this area. We would have gotten filled at that 1 choke up deviation. But in this case, we came in a little late. We're practicing. We're doing a few things. You're going to get your pace down too. Trust me. Now, when we're using the support and resistance, we want to use a 15-minute chart, of course. And if we scope out, we can kind of see which lines give us the best lines. You know, where's those points where the price is being rejected on one side and supported on another, and then just completely broken. And we can kind of see this 0771 area, 070 area is doing pretty good. But our actual lines where the prices are on Nadex is right there, 0780. okay? And if we put another horizontal line down at the other end of it, we would know where's the other strike price. So here is where we're told, right? Because this is the considerable range, right? Here's the next pip deviation and statement deviation on Nadex, this area right here, right around that area like that. So we got this one, and this one. And so this would be one deviation, this would be another deviation to come on. And you can kind of see, look at this, these numbers work pretty well. Almost like their own support lines, right? There's something about Nadex's market makers where they pick their strike prices, right? Pretty powerful. So if you can get to see this and get to acknowledge as part of it where actual support lines are compared to where Nadex's lines are, these are very important for you. And then, so what we're going to do now is we're going to use this information at this point to decide whether or not we're going to chase this. If there's no news, there's no accompaniment. If there was a lot of news to push this down, it's going to try to reverse back up. You're going to want to wait to see, is this thing going to cross over? Are we going to keep going down? Or is the MACD actually going to cross over? If it crosses over in the opposite direction of where your signal is, get out quickly. All right, wait for it to confirm for the crossover and get out. But we could be okay in this process. Let me jump back over and look at another one. Let's choose the Audio USD on the sell. Again, this signal came out very, very early, 12:15 for the 3 o'clock. Audio USD on the sell with the 7700. Okay, so let's get back over there and have a look at that. Go to Audio USD. I got it on a 1-minute chart. Let me flip it over. 15 minutes. Come on, turn over. Okay, there we go. I'm going to pull out just a little bit so you can kind of see. Now, I don't have a lot of support lines, probably because it's been increasing pretty well. So I don't have a lot of support information. I can see some temporary stuff up here and right here. We can kind of see this go back here just a little bit if we went and did something like that. That's pretty powerful. And we know that they're on the 20. So 7700, which is sort of, let's see, let's get you 7700 right around this area up here. And of course, we put another one at 7680, right about there. And of course, 7660. Right around there. So I don't think there's going to be an availability. Let's go and have a look. Maybe our target zone here is 7680 that we can go look over at Nadex and see. Let's go to the Audio USD. Let's go to 3 p.m. and 7680 right there. See, yeah, there's nothing in the cell that we could get to at this point, right? We could also look at the MACD is actually converging or diverging on the process from the estimated moving average. We're on a sell. So that works for our behavior. But we're getting some movement up, some rejection coming from this smaller line because this looks like a pretty good support line right here. So it's going to probably bounce off this line and continue up. This would put us in a little bit of danger, okay? But it also tells me that if it does move against it, how far will that go? Who knows? But it tells me that this is not a viable trade to choke up. And it's also telling me here that there's nothing really past, because we're getting pretty close to the end. We got about 40 minutes left of the trade. Okay, but that's how this stuff rolls. You start, okay? If we want to get to the point of adding it all together, okay, you would do one part yay or nay on how many can I come up. If you isolated the variable Audio USD on the sell, you would see, can I come up 20 pips? The majority of them hover right around 20 pips. Could I come up 40 pips? There's not too many of them that come over 40 pips. So why would I do it? So this would be a no on coming up 40 pips. If I went to and then you could come down here and say, so if it's a no here, if it doesn't pass, you could create like a litmus test type of process that if it doesn't pass the spreadsheet, you don't go and look at the market. If it doesn't pass the spreadsheet test, don't go to the market. All right? Don't go to the support and resistance zones. Don't push your luck that way. You don't even need to look at it. But if it does pass it, then go to that next level, right? Either using the MetaTrader 4 or the web-based charts. And this is really going to help you simulate exactly where you need to be. You might want to be that person that's a little bit more in charge. For me, I love the working orders the way they are, and I just do the dailies and put on 4 or 5, and hopefully I hit 1 or 2 a day, 3 or 4 a day, which gives me about 10, 15, 20 a week, which gives me about 40, 60, 80 trades a month, which puts $6,000 to $8,000 in my pocket. I'm happy with that. That's a good month for me because I'm only working a couple of hours a day. So I dig that. If you have any questions on this process, please reach out to a senior trader. Please sit down with a consult with us. Follow the videos again. Practice, 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 practice to get into this part. I want to thank all of you for taking the time to go through these videos and into this series of the choke up. And hopefully this works well for you. There's some of you that love this. There's some of you that want to get into even more exciting trades, which we're going to get into here soon with the other intradays and other SR Max and a few other trade systems that we're doing. Thank you for your time. I'm Max Farrell. This is Dex. And as always, trade well.